Hey everybody, it's Ian the Off Kilter Crafter. I hope you're having a great day today. I decided to pop on here and go live with everybody. It looks like Jackie just subscribed. Thank you, Jackie. So anyways, I just decided to come on here live. I'm doing some crafting today and I wanted to do a little bit of crafting with you, and I know things are kind of weird right now, so I figure a little bit of normalcy can help, right? It can't hurt, that's for sure. If you're catching this on the replay, make sure to subscribe to my channel. You can do that by clicking the subscribe button down below, and that will give you updates anytime you want. Anytime I go live or post a new video, you'll get an update. But you will have to click the bell notification icon, and that way you can get signed up for notifications. And you still have to turn on notifications on, like if you're on a mobile device, you got to make sure that those notifications are turned on in order to get them. So make sure your device has the notifications turned on, and also that YouTube has them as well. So this is the part of the show, if you're catching this on the replay, where we kind of wait for people to show up and say hello. Sheila is here right now, so we have Sheila in, and I know that there are a couple more people around. Let me see. We currently have 3 people here hanging out with us. But for now, we're just going to wait a minute or two, let people get the notifications as YouTube sends out those notifications out into the wild. So I hope everybody's having a great day. Let me know if you are here. Make sure to say hello in the chat box. It should be over here somewhere if you have a small window. If your window is big, it should be somewhere down here, I think. So make sure to say hello. Gray's here. Hello, Gray. So today we're going to be doing a project with smart labels. These are for the Cricut Joy. Look, you can see me in the reflection right there. Look at that. So we're going to be doing a project with these. Kathy's here. Hey, I know, you finally caught me live. Go figure that. What we're going to be doing is testing this out and seeing what I think of this product. So to give you a little bit of background, my mom has asked me to make some labels for storage bins that are out in the storage shed outside, and we had originally done labels using a label maker, like the address label maker that I have, the Dymo label maker, and it just didn't quite work out. The heat here in Texas ended up like nullifying the stickiness on them, so they're falling off, they're not working. We're going to put this to the test and see if this does any better than those labels. And I do have a Cricut pen. You have to have a Cricut pen, not a gel pen, not one of the metallic pens. It has to be just a regular Cricut Joy pen, and you get one of these whenever you get a Cricut Joy. So Elsa's here. Hey, so we're going to test out that pen on today's product. You can create your own labels, and it has a writable vinyl, which is permanent. So you can put these onto hopefully all sorts of different things and have a good... I don't know what's going to happen. That's why I'm doing this. We're going to test it out. And this is something that I'll have to come back in and check on once we get into the heat of summer and see how well not only are the labels holding up, but also is the pen starting to fade as well. That's another thing, is you have to worry about fading of the inks and stuff. So we're going to be doing that today. I'm going to design everything from scratch. I'm going to show y'all how I kind of go about my process of designing. Another thing, with everything going on with COVID-19 and all that kind of stuff, I also wanted to recommend a product that I use. You may have seen this on my Instagram like a week or 2 ago, but this is Sleepy from Lush. It is a body lotion. This one is great, and I am not affiliated with Lush. This isn't sponsored by Lush. This is a product that I actually use every day, and I love it. I love just about anything from Lush. And so today I wanted to talk a little bit about it because it is something that has really helped calm my nerves during this time of craziness. It's just heavenly. It really does relax me a lot. Has a nice kind of like light purple color to it. It's so good. So if you need a product that can help you relax, I would definitely recommend this one. I use it every single day, and it makes my hands, especially with all the hand washing we're doing right now, my hands are very, very silky smooth right now, even with all the hand washing. So again, not sponsored, not affiliated. I just really like their product a lot. So anyways, we also have another Kathy in. Hello. I hope everybody's doing well today. Hope you're not stressing too much. All right, I think we'll go ahead and get started. So I'm going to switch over to my Cricut Design Space screen. Now, this is the first time that I have ever done like screen capture in this software, so I apologize if it doesn't quite work correctly. I kind of tested this out and I noticed that my window was like blinking for some reason. So I apologize if you're watching this video either live or on the replay and my Cricut Design Space window is blinking. I apologize. I'm going to have to contact Melody Lane and see if she can help me troubleshoot it and figure out why it's doing that. But just kind of hang with me and we'll get through it together, right? So I'm going to switch over to Cricut Design Space, and I'm also not able to see your comments as well. I'll make sure to flip back and forth so that way I can see what you're saying and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully you can still hear me. Let me double check that you can still, you should be able to hear me still, even though I can't see what's going on. All right, so we're going to create labels today. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to insert labels. I'm going to, oh wow, Cricut Design Space has changed their image search. Wow, that just happened very recently because I was in it, I think, the day before yesterday, and it definitely didn't look like this. So it looks like they've kind of made a few updates to Cricut Design Space app for, I'm on a Mac, but any desktop. So let's find label, L-A-B-E-L. And let's see. Oh, wow, they have really changed everything. Okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and sort by Cricut Access because I do like Cricut Access since I do have the subscription. And I'm just going to go through and kind of find a label that I like. I would like one that has a written layer, like a written kind of decoration to it. Let's see. I can do... Let's do draw. Let's see what draw brings up. Okay. Brings up a few different options. Yeah, this is kind of what I was thinking of. And this is actually really similar to the one that is on like the video for the Cricut Joy. It looks almost exactly like this. So I want to size it up a little bit. And if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know as we go through this. We'll kind of take a look and I will flip back and forth between the Cricut Design Space and your questions or comments or whatever. All right, so I definitely don't want it 7 inches wide because we can only do 5.5 inches wide. So I'm gonna unlink my little lock right there and let's go 4.5. It kind of changes the shape a little bit, but that's not as big of a deal to me. Maybe it is. I don't know. You can kind of watch as my design process happens. So let's do a width of 4.5. I just don't like how skinny it makes, or how like there's not a lot of area to write in. So let me see if there might be another one that has a little bit more room. I wonder if I can do this one but remove that line. Just looking at all my different options for labels. There are definitely, this one would also might be a good one as well. So I'm going to grab both of those. Just kind of see if there's anything else that that might work better. I don't think so though. I think this might work well. You might hear my fans kicking up. Sorry about that. All right, let's insert these and see. Okay, so this one is almost an inch tall. And this one is 1.7 inches tall. 1.7 inches tall. So I don't think I want this one. I think I might want something like this. But I don't want that line. So I'm going to contour this, and I'm just going to get rid of that middle line. There we go. I think that will work well. Let me look at my items that I need to do. Let's do 4.5, 4.5. That should work. I'm going to hold this one off to the side here just in case. I am going to change the color so it reflects white. There we go. All right, so that's what our label is going to look like. Let's put in our first label, which is going to be CHARMINGTAILS. And I want this to, draw. And I want this in writing. That looks pretty good. What do you think, guys? All right, so now I'm going just to align everything centered. Oh, this G makes it not want to center correctly. Honestly, it wouldn't be a big deal. Yeah, that G makes it a little weird. I'm gonna oops, I keep clicking the wrong button. All right, let's do centered horizontally. There we go. All right, so now we're going to, let's see, copy and paste. And then for our first one, I'm just going to attach everything. Attach. So now whenever I go to get everything going, I can do that. All right, next one is Halloween. So I'm going to align center. That one should be just fine. I'm going to attach that. I think I can get rid of this one. And we'll paste it again. So now I'm just going to go through and just start entering in all my labels. Village. This one's going to have to get shrunk down a little bit. I'll fix that in a minute. I want everything to be pretty much the same size. Those G's really throw off the centered part. So I will make sure that it's centered horizontally, and that should be good. All right, let's do the next one. Centered, there we go. Insert another one, and I'm just going to keep going down and writing in all my labels. I could have just copied and pasted this one up here, because apparently I need more than one. attach, attach. Always make sure to remember to attach, because otherwise it might not work out. I bet one of these is not going to happen, so I'm going to forget it at some point. Projectors. Align center horizontally. And we are going to attach that. I need to detach because I need to work on the text. So the next one we're going to do is my dishes. Oops. I don't want the whole thing, I just want one. I just want the text. I'm just going to slowly move it down as centered as best as possible. Attach, paste. I'm going to detach, get to the text. I'm telling you guys, this is riveting content here. We'll align center. Drop it down just a little bit. So that way it's centered. And I need to save this. I don't want to make it public. I'm just going to save it as CORH labels. That way, if anything crashes, I have it available. I could do line spacing, Sheila. You are absolutely right. All right. So I'm going to select this, copy, and paste. And then I got to make sure to attach all that. Thankfully, Sheila, I can just eyeball it. It's not a big deal. Yes, there is a bin that is labeled wigs. And in all honesty, even if it didn't even if it was a little pushed up like it is, it's not a big deal. It's just a label. It's not a big deal. I wanted something that was easy to read, so that's why I'm doing it the way I'm doing it right now. Shrink that font down a little bit so that way it's legible. We're going to attach all that. Now we're going to paste this one. Oops, I don't need two of those. So what's the next one? Lights. We're going to do lights next. We're going to align center. There we go. Don't forget to attach. I know I'm going to forget one of these at some point. That looks pretty good like that, so we're just going to attach that. Paste another one. On Halloween, the 2 L's. Did I misspell Halloween? Oh, I see. So what Sheila is saying is because Halloween has the 2 L's right next to each other, we can increase the spacing so that way it would be easier to read. Which she might be right on that. Let's see. So I'm gonna detach this, and on this one I'm gonna bump it up a little bit. Well, but if I do it there, I'll have to do it on like Halloween Village would need, when I have a notification bumping. There we go. I'm not sure that I like that, Sheila. Let me undo. Yeah, I don't like that, so I'm just gonna delete and copy and paste this one. I think it'll be okay. These are just labels for our bins. It's not a huge deal. And plus I have the Cricut Joy pen that I'm using is going to be the fine point pen, so the 0.4. So it should be able to get the 2 L's pretty close to each other without a big deal. Alright, what am I going to do now? So we got Christmas. Now we're going to go ages 1 through 3. Maybe I should, I don't know. Sheila, you got me down in myself now. I'm trying to think if I should increase the space. Because you might be right, it might come out to be like really hard to read. Alright, let's do it. So I'm just gonna select everything and I'm gonna, oops, I just attached everything. I didn't want to do that. So we're going to detach for just a moment. And I'm going to go through and increase the line spacing. Sheila, what do you think? 1.7? 1.8? I think 1.8 might work. Should I do 1.9? 1.9 should work. That should definitely work. So I'm going to go through and change all of them to 1.9. Good catch, Sheila. I think you're right. This one's going to be hard because I'm going to have to probably shrink it down even more. Yep, it's definitely going to have to get shrunk down a little bit more. go. I know this is riveting content for everyone. I just figured we could all craft together, right? That one's already at 1.9. Where'd my text go? That's weird. What happened? Yep, Sheila, you were so right. I should always listen to you. Now, sometimes whenever you're working on projects like this, if you have a large project, sometimes Cricut Design Space does freak out a little bit, and you just gotta wait for it to come back. Also, I'm using a lot of internet because I'm uploading this live video, so it's taking a little bit of time. Well, it is really taking a long time, so let's go home. Let's see if we can reload it. There we go. All right, it's back. So I'm just gonna well, I guess my text is just gone. So I don't know what happened there. So I'm gonna copy this, paste it, and then what was after Thanksgiving? Halloween Vision, Thanksgiving. I don't know what I'm missing here. Oh well, I have to go back and find what I'm missing. No, don't do that. I think because my project is getting so large, Cricut Design Space is starting to wig out a little bit. All right. So now this one is going to be preschool. Oh, it changed my font. That's not what I wanted. It's saying that this is a Bird's Life Party, but that's not... Like, this font is not. That's very strange. Look at this, guys. It's... Whenever I click here, it's saying that it's a Bird's Life Party. But that is a very different font than this one. I don't remember which font I started off with. Sheila, do you remember? Because this font is completely different. Weird. Wonder if I put in a new Circuit Sans, I bet is what it is. Let's find that. Or Cricut Sans, I mean. Yep, that's it. Weird. I don't know why it did that. Three seven 12. 3712. Yep, that's the right size. Same size. Okay, cool. Just had to double check there. Sometimes Cricut just freaks out. I don't know why. It happens. Alright, we're going to attach all these. We're going to copy this and paste it. We're going to attach all these. Okay. Through 1. Center. And I'm going to copy and paste this before I start the next one, or before I group all this together. We're going to change this one. This one's going to say grade 2 through 3. And this one is going to say pots and pans. Oh, and it has the wrong spacing on it. See how far back that goes. .9. Okay, so that's good. That one's good. This one doesn't have it, so let's change that to a 9. Center. Detach. Center. to move it to front. There we go. Move to back. I think I accidentally like undid something there. All right, that's better. I don't know how Melody Lane does this. She does so well whenever she's talking to her audience and doing all this. I have to like focus hardcore on everything. See, I somehow... Ugh. So we're gonna attach this. We're gonna arrange it. We're gonna send it to backwards. We're gonna send it to the back. And center that. So that is all attached, so I need to detach that. Should be able, there we go. There we go. Do 1.9. And 1.9. And I'll center all of this up, just like that. I'm going to copy and paste because I need 2 of these. All right, let me go over my labels just one more time and see which one, because I'm missing one, but I don't know which one. So I have Charming Tales, I have Halloween, I have Halloween Village, I have Thanksgiving, crosses, I have another Halloween, I have projectors. Oh, My Dishes, I bet that's the one I'm missing. Fog, wigs, lights, Christmas. Ah, My Dishes, that's the one I'm missing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this one, copy and paste it, and I'm going to change the text in here. Oops. And it changed the font again for some reason, so let's go back to Cricut Sans. Double check that it's at the right spacing. It is. And now we can center. Alright, I'm going to save this just to make sure I don't accidentally lose the project. Alright, so now what I can do is I can go through and just start attaching everything. Attach, attach, attach. That one's already all attached. No, it's not. There we go. Remember, it's very important to attach everything whenever you're creating a project, so that way if you want something to write, let me double check, this looks off center, because it was. Alright, all of my labels should be attached now. Whenever I hit make it, it will probably show me which one is not, because I can almost guarantee you I've missed one somewhere. I'm going to switch it over to the Cricut Joy, and let's click make it and see how it looks. So I'm going to do it without a mat because I'm using smart material. I'm going to click OK. And it looks like it's going to cut on one perfectly. So it's just going to cut all these out. Alright, perfect. So it is time. I'm going to go ahead and cancel this for now. And now it is time to cut this all out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch cameras and stuff so that way we can go to a overhead view so that way you can see everything. Give me about 30 seconds and I'll get everything set up and ready for us to do that. So talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. All right, there we go. I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to get everything. I had my computer right in front of me, so I needed to move that over to the side because I wanted to use my overhead camera. So let's do picture in picture. I'm down here in the corner, and I have my Cricut Joy all ready to go. So I'm going to power that up. I forgot to turn it on. Hold on. All right, so I just plugged in the Cricut Joy. And it is getting all ready to go. Hopefully y'all can still hear me and see me all right. Click save again when you, yes, definitely, Sheila, I definitely wanted to do that. And I think I'm pretty sure I did that. Let's go double check. Yeah, I did do that. All right, so now I'm gonna show y'all that screen again. So now what I'm going to do is I've set up my Maker Joy. I'm going to go ahead and hit make it. My Cricut Joy is on. We're going to do smart material. Click OK. And we don't need to mirror anything, so we're going to click continue. It has found my Cricut Joy. And on this one, we're going to do Smart Label Writable. Let me make sure. Is that the right one? Smart Label Writable Paper. I don't want that one. I want Smart Label Writable Vinyl. So it's going to ask me to load the black pen, and it's also going to ask me to load the materials. So give me just a second, because I want to... How do I open this? So I have my material here. I'm just going to cut it open. I almost cut my finger open. There we go. All right, so here is our smart writable vinyl. Ugh, they really pack it in there, don't they? This does have a thicker back to it, which does allow it to go through the Cricut Joy without using a mat. So let's go back to picture in picture. There we go. So I have my smart material. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and take out my blade. I don't want the blade right now. I can put that up against the magnet up there at the top. And I'm going to grab my Cricut Joy pen, and it's so cool because you can just drop the pen in. You don't have to hold it. I have had to like break the habit of holding underneath. So I'm going to put my pen in, and then it tells me to go ahead and load my material into the machine. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And it's going to go through and it's going to load the material, making sure that I have enough material to do the labels. All right. So I've loaded my pen in, I've loaded everything in, so now I can say go. And it's going to start preparing and getting my cut ready. And it's going to start drawing on the label. Which it looks like it's doing a really good job so far. I didn't realize how well this pen works. As you can see as it's coming out the back there, this pen works really, really well on this material. I'm kind of surprised. Supposedly this material is also smudge proof. Let's see, it should say it. Somewhere it says that it is smudge proof or smudge resistant. But I didn't realize how well this 0.4 pen is going to show up on it. I just, for some reason it didn't, I thought I was going to have to use like a marker or something like that. And you can use a marker on this. You could, after you write these outer lines, you could go in with a marker and use your own handwriting instead. Hey Ines, how are you? I have chat window open again so that way I can see everything going on. So next, after it finishes doing all of this, it's going to go back in and start putting in the labels for each individual label. It's going to put the words in for each label. That's what I meant to say. It's looking pretty good. I like it a lot. Oh, it's just asking me to change pens. That's because I forgot to tell it which pen I was using the same pen twice. That's why. I thought it wanted me to put in the blade, and I was like, wait, we're not done yet. It was just telling me to switch pens, but I don't need to switch pens. It is going to take a little bit of time, you're right. I'm hanging in there, Ines. Thank you very much for asking. So the reason, you may not have picked up on it, but the reason why it did all of the outlines first and then came back to the start and started writing everything in instead of doing both at the same time, it's because I forgot to designate that it was going to be the same pen used in both drawing the outline and also writing. So that's why it did that. It looks really good though. Like, I keep saying that, but I'm actually genuinely surprised at how good it looks. Very professional and looks very there must be something about the way that this vinyl is made, because it almost makes the black lines even blacker for some reason. I don't know how to describe it really, but it's just, it looks really, really nicely done. And Sheila, it was such a good idea to add that extra space to Halloween. It looks much better. I should have listened to you from the beginning. The only thing I wish the Cricut Joy had would be a fast mode. It's pretty fast, but this definitely, I feel like, could be a little bit faster on my Cricut machine. On like one of my big boys. So, what's everybody up to today while we wait for this to work? No, it's Sheila. It tells you to put the pin in first and then cut the labels. So the next step is going to be cutting the labels after this. Because it was asking for the pin first, and then it'll ask for the blade after this. Even if it wasn't, I'm pretty sure that's how it was, Sheila, but even if it wasn't, that'll be okay because I can just use a cutter, like a regular style cutter, and cut them off. It's not a big deal, but I'm pretty sure it was going to draw first and then it'll go back through and cut. Inez says that she's spent the day getting her son to do math and make salad dressing and baking stuff. That sounds like fun. Oops. Lots of labels. I don't know about you, but I always get mesmerized by watching any of my machines work. I just love sitting here and watching machines work. Looks like there's a couple of spots that have like a place where the pen kind of touched, but... Oh, I see. So you were teaching him a math lesson by getting him to help you do the salad dressing. Got it. You're smart. I didn't quite understand. I thought you were trying to get your kid to do math and you were making salad dressing, but you were teaching your kid how to make salad dressing and hiding a math lesson in it. Very good. Baking is always a great math lesson. Alright, we only have a few more labels left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 after this one, so it shouldn't be too much longer. And also, guys, I want to give this kind of opportunity so that way we can all kind of craft and talk together, which is, you may be sitting there like, why are we watching you make labels, Ian? Well, this is an opportunity for everyone to talk and interact and all this, since we have a lot of social distancing going on. I wanted an opportunity for everyone to talk and say hello. And, you know, sometimes it's fun to like work on a project while somebody else is working on their project. It's that, like, since we can't do that in person right now, it makes it fun to be able to do it over the internet, right? Multiplying fractions. I hated that. That was always very hard for me to do in S. Oh, I don't think I centered that label. Oh well. Oh no, it's going back to it. Why is it doing that? I don't know, it's weird. Yeah, I don't think that one got centered, but that's okay. At least it's not jumping from like the beginning of the roll all the way to the bottom of the roll and back and forth. Seems to be pretty much doing everything in order. The algorithm that Cricut uses to figure out like where the pen needs to start and each individual move that it makes, it like blows my mind. 2 more labels, guys, and then we'll start cutting them out. It is more fun when you get to eat it in S. That is right. That's why I love baking so much. It's gonna go back and finish the one it did before. So right now it's doing the last label, but it needs to jump back and finish the label that it was just on, because it's got half of the name but doesn't have the other half. Alright, I'm going to switch over to Cricut Design Space. And now it is asking me to load in the blade. So I'm going to take the pin out. And I'm going to drop the pin in, or the blade in, I should say. I'm going to say go. So now it's going to go ahead and start cutting everything for me. Tomorrow's math will be double batch of red velvet whoopie pies. You can send one my way, Ines. I would appreciate that. Just kidding with you. You don't have to do that. But that sounds awesome, and I love it. So now it's going through and cutting the each individual label out, so that way when it's all said and done with, I can cut off the extra, because I'm going to use that again. I'm going to use the extra at the end of the roll, and then I can just pull off the, I can weed out the material I'm not going to be using and just have labels ready to go. Yep, it has cut through. I wanted to double check that it actually did cut all the way through, which it has. I could seriously watch this machine all day. I would totally send them to you if they wouldn't go bad on the way. You're so sweet. How about an email? You can email me that recipe. That would be great. I can make them for some of my coworkers. So all in all, it doesn't take too long to put this project together. It did take a little bit of time for me to get everything organized, to write all the labels, but it doesn't take too long to actually cut them. And saves a whole bunch of time, like if I was doing this by hand, for sure. Sheila says that you can use a colored pen to match your decor, and she's absolutely right. I do have a couple of colored pens as well, but since these are just going to be out in the garage, I don't need them to match decor. But you could totally do that. All right, so it is complete. I'm going to unload it. All right. I'm going to go back to this window and this window. Move my Cricut Joy up. And now we're going to cut off the excess. There we go. So now I have extra for in the future. And now what I can do, so here's all my labels. Now I can, let's let it focus again. There we go. So now what I can do is, it just doesn't like the white. I can peel off all my extra vinyl that I'm not using. Look how easy this comes off. Man, that's nice. There we go. I have my extra vinyl that I'm gonna throw into the garbage. And now I have all of my labels cut out on the sheet, and now I can just grab them off the sheet here and stick them onto the bins. Camera doesn't like focusing on that because it's white. But yeah, Sheila's totally right. You could use another colored pen to match up your labels with your decor. So if you have like a blue decor, you could use that blue pen. I have a couple of them. Just remember, you can't use gel pens or metallic pens. You can only use just a regular fine point pen or something of that nature. So when using your Cricut Joy, just make sure you're using the right pen. And these came out great. I really like them a lot. So let's see if this camera will show them a little bit better. There we go. So there you go. There's all of your labels ready to go. Dude, this was easy. I really like this. It took, how long did it take? So we've been going for about an hour, roughly. So, you know, it didn't take me very long at all to get this all put together. It took me about an hour. Robert says, my Joy is still in the box and waiting for me. Now I'm inspired to get it open. Get it open. Get your Joy opened up and use it. It is a great tool, and right now Cricut is doing free shipping on all orders, no matter how much you have in your basket. So I may be buying some more of this label vinyl because this is great. This is really great and makes it very easy to do this. Ines, you're so awesome. Thank you. Yes, Sheila. Congratulate Robert on his joy, his bundle of joy, as everybody's been joking. So yeah, easy enough, simple enough. I think I like this. I like it a lot, but that's just me. But anywho. All right, guys, I think I'm going to leave it here. I hope everybody has a great afternoon, and stick around. Make sure your notifications are turned on so that way you're notified every time I go live, since I'm doing like random pop-up live videos. Melody Lane has a schedule, and a lot of people who do live videos, they have schedules. I need to either set up a schedule or just make sure that your notifications are turned on. You can turn on your notifications by clicking the subscribe button and then click the bell notification icon next to that. I also have all my social media links down in the description below, so make sure to go check those out. I hope everybody has a great day, and remember guys, normal's just as sitting on the dryer. Bye!